Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Jackass of All Trades. It's been a while since we've done any uploading, so today we're on the boat and we're getting some projects done. So I've been kind of wanting to automate the heating system. I've want to be able to have the thermostat call for heat in the morning and go down low at night. I want to be able to turn it on remotely, and you can do that with some of the Google products and the Nest stuff. But that stuff runs on AC voltage. It's low voltage, but it runs on AC voltage. On the boat, I got DC. I don't want to run a transformer on the inverter and whatnot. And also, so I've got these thermostats on the boat. There's 4 of them. There's 4 heating zones. They're mounted to the nice teak. So I don't want to put any extra holes and whatnot. So I thought, how am I going to do this? Well, I went to my local AliExpress and I bought a smart switch. So this is basically a Google device, or if you choose not to use Google, you can just use the app on your phone to turn on and off some dry contacts. This is 7 to 32 volts, AC or DC. So really simple. It mounts on a DIN rail, which frustrates me to no end that I have a piece of DIN rail around here, but I can't find it. So I'm going to wire this up, and we're just going to hang it there for the time being. And then when I get the DIN rail that I've since ordered, we'll mount it and pretty it up. So I've already tested it, and it works pretty good. Works great with voice commands. So I will be able to use the Google Home app, which I have a Google Home here on the boat. That yeah, I know it's ridiculous, but I got it, so I'm going to do it. And then I'll be able to turn on and off the heat remotely. I can choose what cabin I want to turn on and off, and take it from there. So one of the challenges we have with these thermostats is I wanted to be able to basically run this in parallel. And I thought, oh, I'll just run it in parallel, and then you know it'll come on and off and do all of its stuff. But this needs to be powered on in order for the thermostat function to work. And then you call for heat, and you get this idiot light on, and away we go. I'm not going to be able to run it in parallel because this has to be turned on and off. So what I have to do, unfortunately, is this will be left in the on position. And down at the boiler, I'm going to interrupt the power to the various zones. So it'll be, temperature will be set, and basically it's just a matter of turning it on or off, and we'll take that from there. If I lose control with the remote or anything like that, there are manual buttons on here, so I can just go along and turn them all on, set it and forget it. And then the boss, my bride, will be able to just turn on and off the heat as she wants, and doesn't have to use the app or anything like that. So we'll get us down into the engine womb and see if we can get this wired up and show you what we're working with here. Turn that noisy thing off. Keep some air moving in here, and that keeps things all happy dappy. I'll close this too. All right, I guess I gotta get some light on the subject. This is the boiler control, and what Nordic Tug did. Very pleased with how they do things. This is the boiler. I've installed an additional muffler here, keep some of the noise down. And Nordic Tug, that's my programming module for being able to read the program on the boiler. Anyway, Nordic Tug did zones. Really, really nice and simple how to do zones on these things. So thermostats, any hydronic heating system, you can build your own zone system, easy peasy. It's all nice and tidy in a box, but basically what you do is you control the relay with the thermostat, not the boiler itself. And then the relay does two functions. One, it fires the boiler through this circuit here. This is how all the zones are connected to the signal wire. So so the thermostat fires the relay, and the relay energizes this, which fires the boiler, and it powers on the fans, only in that zone. So you have water circulating and only the fans are running in that zone. Really, really slick and simple way to do it. So when I get my DIN rail, I'm gonna mount it here, and I'm gonna back out here. So when I get the DIN rail, I'm gonna mount it here. So I got to bring the wires basically out for, I got to find the power wire, which I think down there is this red wire for each individual zone. So I got to bring that up, out, and then back into the same terminal and basically run through the normally open. So I'll get some wiring in there and start fighting with it and trying to make it pretty. Woohoo! I got an update. Check this out. In the wall, there's a green wire that was not needed. So Nordic Tug in their wisdom, thank you guys, just tucked it away in the back. And in the boiler room, in the engine room, in the boiler locker, all of these wires are loomed together. So I just did a test. So the back of this switch here has 27 volts on it, and basically takes 27 volts and puts it here. Well, it's 27 now because the battery's on, but battery charger's on. So basically it just powers this up. So if I take this green wire and put power on it and touch it here, I'm able to turn this unit on and off. So if I solder a wire onto here, or a terminal block or something, and then with my magic switch here in the engine room, feed DC power up, now I can turn this on and off manually, or I can turn it on and off remotely, and I don't have to confuse anybody with the operations of the boat. So I think that's what I'm going to do, except it's going to take a little longer. Probably going to take all the thermostats apart, take them home, solder them up on the bench, but in the meantime I'll wire that engine closet and that boiler setup to feed switched voltage on that spare green wire. And fingers crossed the other three thermostats have that wire there. I can't see why they would hack it off. So, you know what? I should check that first. Okay, I checked them all, and everyone is done properly except for this one here in the master stateroom. So, but there's enough wire here that I can strip the jacket back and I can get access to and extend it out and do what I need to do. So that's going to work. Apparently the apprentice did this one and the electrician did the other three. Okay, got another update. So I want to put power on this pin. So I was gonna solder on and do this. Well, follow this trace up and over around to here, which is number 5. So if I put power up on 5, I turn this on because it's the same trace. And 5 does what? Okay, I had to turn my head upside down and then around. Putting power on that terminal 5, I'll put the schematic in right about here, will work a treat. I don't have to take thermostats back. I can get everything done today. So I did some more thinking. The only reason why I wouldn't put this inside the boiler control box is because I need access to these buttons. But because we're now wiring it in such a way by putting power onto this pin 5, this can be tucked away. So I'm not concerned. I have to have Wi-Fi, but I'm not concerned that I'm going to have any signal because that box is plastic. And I've had this thing apart. This little hole here is to bring the antenna out. So I can always do that. And I'm going to mount the DIN rail to the side, and it'll be mounted in there happy dappy. So what I got to do now is I have to daisy chain all the commons together with a power wire. So I'm going to take some red and use these for proper termination, and we'll get that crimped up. By the way, that chip that hit the Baltimore Bridge, one of these was the cause of the problem. It was there was a label heat shrunk down on this collar that prevented it from entering all the way into a one of those terminals, and it didn't take, popped out, and basically did a whole bunch of stuff. It's on YouTube if you want to look into it. But tug test. When you put a wire in, when you put something into a terminal block, pull on it. Pull on it like you're trying to break it, because if it comes out in your hand, that's when you want it to come apart. You don't want it to do $1 billion worth of infrastructure damage and kill 6 people. Tug test. Okay, I got it all in there, and yeah, sorry I didn't film any of the work. You guys don't need to see me and my fat hands. You all know how to crimp and do terminals. So the DIN rail is going to get mounted to the box here, and I'm going to get that squarely in there, and picked up power from that circuit breaker, which is crooked, and yeah, now we got to terminate the green wires in the thermostats. Okay, I got this thermostat wired up just like I said. Put that green wire in terminal number 5, and we'll see if this works. Hey Google, turn on the salon heat.
Got it. Turning the salon heat on.
That's cool. Except my red light doesn't come on. Huh. Wonder if the other zones do that. Hey Google, turn off the salon heat.
Okay, turning off the salon heat.
Let's go check another zone. Except I'm in the master stateroom, and I don't think the Google speaker can hear me. Hey Google, turn on the master stateroom heat. Okay, but that red light doesn't come on. But that really doesn't bother me any.
Wait, hold up!
Okay. I'm an idiot. Well, yeah, I'm an idiot. So I renamed the Google devices, moved them around in the rooms. When I did that in the app, it didn't follow it over to Google. So get this, check this out. Because I checked all the wiring, took it all apart, checked it all up, down, and second guessing myself and all kinds of stuff. So this is what I figured out. So this green light comes on. I'm going to turn on another zone. Hey Google, turn on the den heat.
Got it. Turning on den heat.
Okay, the den heat is on. The boiler fired. This isn't on, but this light is on because the boiler fired. Hey Google, turn off the den heat.
Got it. Turning off den heat.
Okay. Hey Google, turn on the salon heat.
All right, turning on the salon heat.
Works like it's supposed to. So I second guessed myself, and I did a whole bunch of extra work There was really no reason for it, but this is how you learn and this is how you think. And don't work hungry. I've learned that. So anyway, job's now done. Thanks very much for sticking around. And if you liked it, give it a like. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.